Good morning, IDLife. This is Paul Koloski, National Director with IDLife on Team Rise. Welcome Team Rise, welcome Team Hustle. Coming to you this morning from the frozen coast up here in Maryland. Oh my goodness, wind chill this morning they're saying is 11 degrees, so nice and chilly. Man, we've had an amazing 10 days so far. Been loving the assignments, loving the videos. Everybody's doing a great job. Today we're going to talk about hosting a successful mixer. So let's get to it. One of the things that I'm really loving about what people are saying with the mixers right now is that they're reinforcing that a mixer is really just a meeting. It can be a one-on-one, one-on-two, one-on-three, or a one-on-20. So I think it really kind of takes some of the fear out of hosting some of these events. Just really understanding that, hey, it's just to get together with people. Best to have fun, get out there, enjoy the company with others. Um, um, but it can be just any other person besides yourself. You want to make these things as fun as we possibly can. So with that, all successful mixers have some key components that allow for duplication. Obviously, we want to make sure that the system is duplicatable. So moving forward with that, three major steps to do that. Step one, getting it planned. All right, so we want to plan this thing out, get it ready to go. So with that, we're looking at setting a date and time. And when you're doing the date and time, you want to do this where it can work with as many people as you possibly can. However, one of the things that we really want to strive for with this is consistency. So find some dates that work in your calendar that you can put down either weekly or every other week, whatever your time allotment is from your daily method of operations, and really kind of try to lock those dates down and stick to those dates. So it might be that it's every Thursday at 7 p.m., every other Thursday at 7 p.m., might also be a good thing to have a midday option. Okay, again, this could vary depending on where you live and as well as your own personal time commitments. If you can hold one on Saturday midday, you might get some different demographic for your particular area or for the particular people that you're trying to focus. Soccer moms might not be a good time to do that on a Saturday morning, but they might be available on a Friday morning when the kids are at school. So you have to experiment with this a little bit for your area and for the type of clients or the type of people that you're working with specifically. But again, consistency, guys. You want to make this thing to where it's you're doing something either weekly or every other week with your time and day. With that, just a little bit more. Excuse me, a little congested here this morning. Mondays and Fridays, historically, in the not good evening times. All right, we've seen this with the work that I've done with Vallejo. We've tried to host a bunch of different events at a bunch of different variable times of the day and the week. Monday nights, very hard to get people. Friday nights, very hard to get people to commit to those times. But again, look at your location, look at your time, your demographic, wherever you're at throughout the country, might definitely have some variability in that. Then lock down the location. All right, so where's that location going to be? Do you have a facility that you're using? Are you using your house or your home? Again, you want to keep these as consistent as you possibly can, but also still be flexible. All right, so if you're working with larger groups, try to keep it in one area. So every other Thursday at your house, okay, so people know that, hey, I can always send somebody over there to see you, or they know that there's always an event there, whether or not they get an invite or not. All right, number 3 here, we want to invite our guests. Okay, so here, with inviting guests, we just need to work our list, guys. Get the invites out. Preferably, I like to shoot for at least a week in advance. Okay, if I'm inviting somebody specific, I would say no later than about 72 hours before the event. You're really starting to get into, people are scheduling their months at this time. So as early as you can have these events locked down on the schedule and where you want to put them is going to definitely improve your chances of having attendance. Reminders. Definitely a good policy to send out reminders. People get busy. They have things going. Everybody's calendars are dynamic nowadays. So you want to definitely try to get those reminders sent out either via text, phone call, personal call, or email if you're using an email service that can do that. And what's another nice thing I like about reminders is it gives the person an opportunity to cancel or back out. Why would I like that? They already committed, these people are already committed to show up to your mixer, and so now they have to cancel. Life got busy and they need to cancel. What's interesting about that, they've already committed, they've already shown interest. So at this point, it's a great opportunity to take these people right into a scheduled one-on-one. So if they're going to back out of your scheduled event, get them over to a one-on-one. All right, big step 2, host it, room set up. All right, so when you're setting up your rooms, guys, I mean, you want to just make it presentable, however you would want it to appear when you're hosting a party, any other type, especially if you're doing it at your home. So you want to make it as presentable. You know, you don't need to go overboard here. You know, sometimes this is a lot of your friends, and if it's your close friends and they know, hey, how I operate, then, you know, make your house look appropriate for that. You don't need to necessarily go overboard. If they are people that are being invited, might want to look at, you know, if you've got pets, young children, might want to make some adjustments there to allow for those people to be comfortable, especially if you've got any allergies. Displays, you absolutely want to have a display up with the products. I like to have as many of the products available there as possible for display, as well as everybody gets a magazine, a flyer, something that they can be looking at while people are showing up, having conversations, those sorts of things. So next, you're going to welcome, or the greeting. Again, looking here, we want to try to meet and greet each individual person as they come in. Definitely try to get over to talk to them if you're the host for these events. Get them introduced to other people, get them into some conversations with other people. You want to stay smart. You want to be, I always say, you want to be smiling. You want to look warm and inviting, and be interested. Okay, I focus here on being interested, not interesting. Okay, this is a great time for you to gather information. Okay, so you always hear it said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, use them accordingly. Okay, so be listening, be asking questions, sit back and gather information so you can tailor your presentation for what those people are looking for. Then we want to share experiences. Okay, so get some testimonials out there. I like to always have extra people at my mixers. That way someone can, number one, they can help you work the room, so you can be working around, talking and meeting and greeting. And then there's also more people now that you can pull testimonials from, live testimonials from. And I think what's nice about that is people give an opportunity to ask personal questions right then and there on the spot, as opposed to maybe the My Story videos, which are still great and definitely use them. But I think having someone there that can talk their testimony is phenomenal. Next, we're going to get to playing the videos. Okay, so that's why we're there. All right, we want to share the opportunity, share the product, share the company. And so at that point, we want to get the IDLife overview video for sure out there. If you've got time and everything is working right, you can throw up the 28-day challenge, as well as some of the My Stories, depending on how your evening's going. The next ones next things we do on this list here is products, introducing the products, sampling the products, and assessing interest. I like to do all of these at the same time. All right, so right after the videos are done, get the samples out there. All right, so right then, as the videos are kind of wrapping up, we usually have someone walk in the room handing out samples. If you've had conversations with anybody prior, hand out a sample specific kind of to what they were after. But what's nice about the sampling process at this point in time is that everybody's going to sample at different speeds. So someone might be, slowly drinking a shake or sampling a bar, whereas someone else is already asking you questions about the business plan. And so you can really make sure that everybody's kind of engaged. Okay, and one of the things that I really learned myself early on in this process was that as you get toward the end of the mixer, sometimes at that point you can kind of lose interest with some people. Some people can kind of be pressed for time, so you want to try to keep those guys engaged. So get samples out to the people that don't look like they're in a hurry, and then maybe you get over and talk to the people that look like they need to be someplace else. With that, use your time wisely, be intentional, listen to the conversations that are going on, be an active participant in your mixer. If this is a large event, you want to absolutely have people available that can help you with sign-ups. If somebody that already wants to purchase products, then you can get them kind of pulled over to the side, and let them handle that conversation, and kind of work through any of those other specific questions that those guys have. Something that we've done here recently is we've added iPads to our mixers, so there's plenty of time and plenty of things available for people to do assessments right there. Our goal at the end of our mixer is to have everyone complete an assessment before leaving. So again, your time management at that point becomes very critical. And for closing, we want to thank each guest for attending. Make sure that they have a business card, they have some way to contact you, they have a magazine and any additional samples that they need. All right, make sure these guys have all the information that they need to make the decisions that you would like them to work through. Step 3, we're going to move into follow-up. So mixer's over, everybody's left. It was a great event, so we want to move into follow-up about 24 hours later. And within that first 24 hours, ideally, get a hold of everybody that attended, thank them for attending, and I'm going to tell you guys right here, if you can pull up something specific to that person, it's going to show. I mean, make it personal. It's going to show them that, hey, I'm very interested in not only your health and well-being, but also you as a person, and I was paying attention. Okay, and I think that there's so much that can be said when you can make something very specific for the individual. And again, just make it, everybody loves making it personal to themselves. Some side tips here, guys. We always have a sign-in sheet at our events. You want to collect a minimum of the name, their phone number, their email, and the referral source. How did they find out about you? How did they get introduced to your mixer, and what brought them in? Whether it's another associate, a fax blast, email blast, or maybe you did something on Facebook. You want to know where these people are coming from, so you know where to spend your time in the future. Raffle tickets. We used to do raffle tickets to where people would sign their name and cell phone or a email address. I've kind of gone away from that just because it takes up too much time at the beginning. I like the little tear off raffle tickets. You can tear it off. They can keep one. You put the other in a bowl, and you do the raffle right then and there at the end of the night. That way, if you've got something, they've got something in their hand, they won something. Ooh, again, everybody loves things that are again making it exciting. They get something for free. It kind of puts them in the moment. If it's going to be at dinner time, I would recommend obviously having hydrate, maybe some bars and a shake ready at the beginning of the event. Okay, again, hungry people are distracted. They're not focused on what you're saying. They're focused on when am I going to eat next, and how long is this going to take. So do have some things available at the beginning. Again, kind of depending on where you're at in the time of day. Also importantly, guys, have fun, take pictures of these, post the pics. Again, you've got their names, so after you post the pics, tag them, put them on Facebook, say what kind of event you had, it was phenomenal, and then tag your attendees. Okay, they're going to see it. Again, they know that you're engaged, you're with them, and as well as anybody else in their feed is going to now be able to kind of be perked up a little bit and say, hey, what's going on over here? What are you guys doing? All right, so that's a successful mixer, guys. I know that was kind of quick. I do tend to talk a little fast. Also, too, guys, sorry about being a little late with this post today. I thought for some reason it was 8 o'clock, and it's 6 o'clock. So I'm going to get this thing out here in just a second. Your assignment for today, for all of the leaders on the feed, I would like to see the leaders post one tip. Okay, I love learning from the wisdom of other people. Okay, a wise person learns from others. Okay, so all the leaders on the feed, post one tip outside of what I talked about so far here this morning on something that went with one of your mixers, how you had to adjust, how you had to you got thrown an audible, you saw something that you weren't quite prepared for, and give us all a tip on how you guys worked around that adversity in your mixer, because your mixer's probably not all going to go smooth. So again, anything that we can learn from the leaders, that would be great. For everybody that's in the course, I want you to go ahead and get your sign-in sheet template created. Okay, so make sure you've got that ready to go. You can use Word document, whatever you like. Again, just shoot a picture of that and post it in the comments below. And then also go ahead and create your invite template. Okay, so whatever you're using for your invitation. So again, for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and so if I've got a mixer coming up and I don't have my template ready to go, I'm going to hesitate in getting that invite out. So let's get your templates ready to rock. Whether or not you're using a Facebook, Facebook invites, email, something like Constant Contact, or you're just using text. So again, just create that template. You don't have to put anybody's name in it. Just create that template of how you're going to invite those people. And again, guys, post it in the comments below. We're having a fabulous February. I'm excited to be up here in Maryland this weekend. Going to have some fun. Going to talk to some great people. And everybody, again, have a blessed day. Love you guys.